What's good with the people, man? It's your partner, man. Who? It's your partner, man. You know what I'm talking about? How's y'all doing on this senseless sand Saturday? You know what I'm talking about, man? It's good people like hee, ha ha. You know what I'm talking about, man? Ken in the pen, man. All my folks incarcerated, all my folks who ain't, man. Everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on top of that thing. Keep that head up, keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. Did I say Ken in the pen? I don't know, but if I didn't, go get that stick up in stores now. You can go and get you one off of 76 MacArthur Johns. Look, you can go get you one off 82nd Hillside Barbershop. You know what I'm talking about? They say somebody put them in their stores in the hundreds. Thank you, young man. Now you know what I'm talking about. You can come baby cuz got him, you know what I'm talking about. Baby cuz got him. Did you see him? You know what I'm talking about? But if all else fails, you know what I'm talking about, you can go and get you one off of Amazon. Make sure you copy a hardback. They gonna say, baby cuz, why you always got fuzz on you? And I'm gonna tell you, I don't know. I don't know. It's just always on me. You know what I'm talking about? What's that? Swing that finger, you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about like that? You know what I'm talking about? Worldwide, INC, man. Worldwide Incorporated, you know what I'm talking about? They gonna say, what does that mean, baby? Cuz, and I'm gonna tell you, it means everybody. You know what I'm talking about, man? And Dugu, Fresh, Mike, Lil Rue, not Lil Rube. Lil Rue, you know what I'm talking about? Tata the player, that's who comes next, man. Same thing, man. All my folks incarcerated, all my folks who ain't, man, around the world. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on top of that thing. Keep that head up, keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it. If you know what I'm talking about, man. Now let's get through these disclaimers. Now, good brother like myself, good brother like myself, you know what I'm talking about? Now, I don't promote no drug users. No, I don't, you know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself, you know what I'm talking about? I don't promote no drug sellers. No, I don't. No siree, bud. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself, you know what I'm talking about? I don't promote no alcohol consumption. No, I don't. You know what I'm talking about? Don't take a sip, and I mean not a sip of the sippers. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself, you know what I'm talking about? I don't promote no crime. I don't promote no violence. Nope. I don't promote no domestic violence. You know what I'm talking about? Keep your hands off the people. People, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Don't, you know what I'm talking about? Promote, you know what I'm talking about? Nah. Negativity, you know what I'm talking about? No, siree, but, you know what I'm talking about? Me, man, I don't promote shit. You know what I'm talking about? They was talking to me, man. I don't promote shit. You know what I'm talking about? Not shit. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself, you know what I'm talking about? All I promote is y'all go ahead and do what you're going to do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you find the right thing to do with it. We don't know how much we got, people. You know what I'm talking about? But a good brother like myself, you know what I'm talking about? I don't promote no, I ain't prejudiced. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself, you know what I'm talking about? I ain't got nothing against the sexually different. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself, you know what I'm talking about? I ain't got nothing against the little people, you know what I'm talking about? Nope, you know what I'm talking about? No, me, I ain't got nothing against nobody. You know what I'm talking about? They was talking to me. Man, I love me some everybody. You know what I'm talking about? As a matter of fact, I'm on a quest. You know what I'm talking about? Bringing that peace. You know what I'm talking about? That joy. You know what I'm talking about? And that love. You know what I'm talking about? That love. Back to the YouTube community, man. You with me? Come on over here. Fuck with your partner. Hey, check it out, man. Come fuck with a nigga one time. You know what I'm talking about? And say, oh, look at you, bro. You look like you back to normal, man. I told you, man. I had to get around. Oh, man, it don't matter. But you know what I'm talking about. We back to square one. You know what I'm talking about? Now, how's y'all doing on this Senseless Sand Saturday? You know what I'm talking about? Fire pie. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, yeah. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to everybody who ain't good at crossword puzzles but good at crossing gang. You know what I'm talking about? I'm finna drop him off now. I see. Fuck you with your good crossing game, ass. You know what I'm talking about? Senseless Sand Saturday. It's gonna be a real quick one. You talking about what is you talking about, bro? Senseless Sand. And that's what I'm talking about. Senseless Sand. Now in today's world, we just repeat shit we hear with no reason. You know what I'm talking about? We don't even really be knowing what this shit mean. We quick to jump on every wave. We quick, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? Us as the people, and I ain't gonna even lie to you. We just quick. We so quick to hop on bullshit. We just is. Like, and not just that, man. We the people who, like, say your mama or your daddy told you something when you was little and you ain't even researched that shit yourself. You just keep on passing that shit on. You know what I'm talking about? Because somebody else told it to you. You know what I'm talking about? Like, a way through a man's heart is through his stomach or some old bullshit like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, depending on who it is, that shit might work. You know what I'm saying? But that shit has absolutely nothing to do with that shit just has absolutely nothing to do with a man's heart. You know what I mean? And the motherfucker been to believe some shit like that, right? That motherfucker been to carry that shit on through their whole motherfucking life. Man, I'm just not finna play with this motherfucker no more. I'm just not, y'all. I just had to break that one. But, and the motherfucker, why do I just keep looking more crookeder and crookeder? Every motherfucking time I look up, man, I feel like I'm going like this, y'all. But, a motherfucker been and went through life with that ideology right there, and so you thinking that all the fuck you got to do is throw down in the kitchen, and that's just gonna qualify you as one of the best motherfuckers around. And it's not as way more shit that come with it than that. You know what I'm talking about? But you been to believe that shit. Not only would you have believed it, you been to pass that bullshit down to somebody else. You know what I'm talking about? Been to fucked around and found a motherfucker who cooked for herself or something. You know what I'm talking about? Been found a motherfucking vegetarian. You know what I'm talking about? That you over there still trying to feed him ham hocks and shit. God damn. You feel me? But not just that shit right there, man. It's just like in today's world, man, like we just hear shit and we repeat it. You know what I mean? And it just become cliche. You get what I'm saying? Like that shit they was just trying to do a few months ago when they was talking about they was really promoting that shit like that too, man. Talking about if you ain't told or if you not in the game or however they was, but they was trying to brainwash you into getting to tell you it's okay to tell. And like that's what's fucked up, bro. Because a lot of the senseless sayings motherfuckers just repeat nowadays, they come from motherfuckers who ain't solid with the game. Like you get what I'm saying? So I don't know if they paying motherfucker. You know how the world is, bro. They gonna put that motherfucker in front of you, but the bullshit sayings coming from them. You know what I'm talking about? Who remember when it was AOB all on the bitch? Everybody was running around, they scraper. Oh man, you know what I'm talking about? Oh man, who remember that? Then it just went to it ain't tricking if you got it. You know what I'm talking about? They just changed your perception hella quick. And it went from AOB to flying the bitch out to Miami. Now you get what I'm talking about, man? That shit just, it'll get backwards on you real quick. And you'll just be hollering shit out in the moment, for real. Senseless sayings. But now a lot of these senseless sayings be harmful. You know what I mean? A lot of these senseless sayings, they got motherfuckers floating around. Now just, I ain't gonna even say lightweight. It's disrespectful, y'all. They got motherfuckers talking about they smoking on dead people and packs and what everybody saying the options are like they even read a Tom Clancy a nigga just repeat anything. You feel me? And it, I mean, senseless sayers always been around. You know what I'm talking about? And I ain't gonna lie about that. Most of the time they was passed down from the bullshit ass people that was closer to Mr. Johnson, right? But nowadays we just got motherfuckers that they creating senseless sayings, but they ain't no good. Motherfuckers just running with it. You know what I'm talking about? Like they done got the whole world talking in Chicago verbiage. You get what I'm saying? Shout out Chicago. They ain't nothing against Chicago, but they just got the whole world like trying to emulate them now. And that shit just that ain't it. That ain't it, man. But they the senseless saying Saturday go like that, man. They got us disrespectful at an all time high. They got us really not seeing the big picture at an all time high. And when I tell y'all we fucking each other off at a random, like a rapid pace, you know what I'm talking about? We just, I told y'all that experiment, we just them fleas. We just them fleas, folks. And like I said on my thing the other day, we'll sit around and act like it's just some unknown force holding us back, but it's really us holding us back. You know what I'm talking about? Like I say, I don't know how to fix that shit. I ain't gonna even act like I know how, man. All I could do is just live my days. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna try to show love. Hope I don't get the weird energy. You know what I'm talking about, man? That's all I can hope for. But man, I don't know how to fix that shit. But I know them on the senseless saying Saturdays, like it's two kinds of them. It's that shit that been passed down that just don't mean nothing. Like your motherfucker whole head be split. Motherfucker tell you to go out there and pick some kind of leaf and some and get some shit that ain't finna help you. Why you finna bleed out? Motherfucker act like what that nigga 40 say? Black people act like Castro oil carry everything. Nigga, the whole hair split. They just, you know what I'm talking about? A lot of that bullshit. But it's also the brainwashing senseless sayings that's getting the motherfuckers to just making running around everybody just saying the same shit. It ain't tricking if you got it. You know what I'm talking about? Alpha, beta, you know what I'm talking about? High value, you know what I'm talking about? And they try to put a picture on that shit, man. Don't listen to that shit, y'all. You know what I'm talking about, man? Them words have been around forever, man. Don't let nobody just use the same word and put their own spin on it. You know what I'm talking about? Senseless sayings, folks. Just senseless sayings. You know what I'm talking about? And it's kind of cold because it seems like a lot of the niggas, man. Basically, it seemed like if you just listen to what the niggas is saying, like on the world, or the niggas that be, I don't know if they relationship experts, or whatever the fuck they call themselves, but they be trying to tell niggas about bitches. If you just listen to these niggas, bruh, it's like they say, man, just get yourself together. Don't worry about no female. Man, that's just a given, nigga. When you was born, nigga, like, shit, nobody have to tell you, nigga, to do whatever the fuck you gonna do. Like, don't chase no bitches. That's just like, but whoever gonna do that shit, and whoever not. But that shit just be killing me because it just sound like they say, man, go get your money, then you could just have your pick of bitch. Man, listen, you should be able to have your pick of bitch. I don't know what type of nigga you is, whether you dead broke, it shouldn't matter, bruh. You shouldn't have to have no money to have no confidence to holler at no bitch, bruh. You just shouldn't. You know what I'm talking about? You shouldn't be put all the way together. I'm telling you, that's how we get to, like I was talking about them senseless sayings Saturday. That's how we get to a lot of this weird shit, bruh. Like I say, man, a little bit off subject, but motherfucker never had their turn before, bruh. And then you tell the motherfucker to go get rich, and then you'll just have the world to just be your, man, listen, man, every day you live, the world better be the same way. Whether you got money or whether you broke, man. You shouldn't need nothing to be you, folks. I guess that's what I'm just trying to get to saying. You shouldn't be nothing, bro. You should have the same amount of confidence as you have when you wake up, whether you motherfucking rich or whether you broke, bro. You should just have that same confidence, folks. You just should. Cause if not, you just fooling yourself. You fake. You know what I'm talking about? You only could do the fool when you up. Bunch of senseless sayings out here, folks. I'm just telling you, don't listen to that shit, man. Cause on some real shit, if we just keeping it real, can't nobody in the world give you no advice about nobody that you dealing with. They only can give you advice on motherfuckers they done dealt with. You know what I'm talking about? They don't know whoever you dealing with, nigga, bitch. They just don't know. So they be sitting here trying to apply blanket statement just to everybody, man. You been to fuck your own self up doing that bullshit, man. Don't listen to that bullshit. Only you know the person you around, folks. Look at that shit with your eyes, man. You know what I'm talking about, man. Engage that shit accordingly, man. Don't sit up here and listen to one of these motherfuckers tell you about something that the motherfucker that just don't let them tell you that shit, folks. I'm telling you, this shit is the world of make believe. But motherfuckers, they like, it's a bunch of senseless sayings that motherfuckers catch on to. Then they try to put a look to that shit. Just like that high value shit. Now everybody running around wearing a suit. You know what I'm talking about, man? You don't get the fuck up out of here with that shit. That shit just be hella funny, but it do. Because niggas are just taking around with anything, folks. Just anything, a bunch of senseless sayings, man. So now you just 2% of the people on earth. If we going by the logic, that shit just crazy. And before I get up out of here, man, that just made me remind, just senseless sayings, folks. Now listen, now I've been telling you it's a bias. Now y'all remember when Steve Harvey wrote that book or whatever? Now Steve Harvey married. Now he been divorced however many times and whatever you think about him, but he's married. You get what I'm saying? But I remember when he wrote that book and got nothing but black backlash. You get what I'm saying, folks? Oh, this nigga with this badass, nobody, you know what I'm talking about? How this nigga gonna tell somebody about something? He been divorced this many times and you don't know nothing about no bitch. But he got flack. Then all of a sudden, motherfuckers came around and celebrated a motherfucker who was giving marital advice who was divorced. That shit just don't be making no sense to me, blood. I like if we going by the same logic, man. You not even qualified to get nobody no advice about no marriage and shit. Like that's a senseless saying, bruh. Marriage. It just is, folks. If you look at it, bro, why is these people like if you with somebody or you like why do you have to be married to love somebody some more or something, bro? They be having motherfuckers look at the wrong shit. How many motherfuckers y'all know married that can't stand each other? Cause that shit just the title. Some other shit they done put in your head to make a motherfucker believe if they really want you, this is what they need to do. Come on, folks. Some more shit you gotta pay for. You know what I'm talking about? Back over there in other countries, man, they just hop over the broom. You get a few of your folks, man. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't gotta have this old big old extravagant celebration. You just hop over the broom, bro. You know what I'm talking about? And y'all go on about y'all business. But they'll put a thought in your head, like just because you married that means something. That's why most married people be miserable. Because they never even really want to be married. They just want it. It's more of a title. You get what I'm saying? They just want to like some like that means somebody wants you more or something because they willing to marry you. A lot of times that shit don't mean shit, folks. A lot of motherfuckers married right now because a motherfucker wanted some trailer visits. You know what I'm talking about? And a motherfucker just I don't know, them want a motherfucker to tell on their case. But like in these days, you don't really see a lot of happy married people. I'm not saying it ain't none, but you just don't see a real lot of happy married people. Because a lot of times, motherfuckers just that shit just the title, folks. Like I seen a bitch on here say the other day, like motherfuckers just be having a checklist in life. That shit just be I want to be married. You know what I'm talking about? And check that motherfucker off. Like I want to go skydiving, just like a bucket list, and that shit be on there. You know what I'm talking about? But it's y'all just watch out for them senseless sayings, man. For real, because that shit'll just catch on. You know what I'm talking about? Senseless sayings and just how you senseless. You know what I'm talking about? You keep saying that shit, it's gonna plant that own shit in your head, folks. They done planted so much shit in our head that's just a senseless ass saying. And they make you perceive it more. You know what I'm talking about? Like if a motherfucker was together for 50 years but they wasn't married, but they been together for 50 years and it's been a motherfucker married for 2 years. Y'all act like the motherfuckers who been married for 2 years mean more than it don't, folks. Senseless sayings. You know what I'm talking about? You just gonna have to guide, navigate your way through life, folks. But don't let these people, like I said, man, these people put this shit in front of you. These people put this shit in your head. They they want you to think the way they want you to think, folks. I'm telling you. They want you on one accord with the bullshit they running past your eyes, man. For real. So with that one right there, if you don't remember nothing else, always remember it don't cost nothing. Just show a little bit of that love.